Hora hora! Okay, so basically this video is just gonna be a short compilation of me making avatars based on Roblox games. Basically how it will go is I will spin a wheel I made with every single Roblox game I've played before. Don't ask me how I had time to make the wheel. Once the game gets picked, I'll go into Catalog Avatar Creator. And there, I will make the avatar. I'll probably use some references or have a general theme I want based off the game. For example, if I get natural disaster survival, I'd probably want a mix of old Roblox and also some items that relate to the game. After I finish, I'll upload it so other people can buy it. Also, I have a sort of budget I want to work on for this challenge, so I don't want to go past 500 Robux. I'm trying to keep it at around 400, but it can go a little higher. Anyway, drink water, I don't know, grab a snack and lay down and grab a blanket or just do something, I don't really... Alright, let's see what I have to make an avatar out of. Click the flag. Okay. Okay, so for this avatar, since I hadn't played the game in a while and possibly only once, I spent around 10 minutes just refreshing my memory of it. So firstly, I went over to this daily collection or reward system thing and clicked it. It spun a wheel and it landed on North Korea. Anyway, I then went over to one of the mini-game modes. For this game, basically, it was just some guess which flag belongs to which country. I thought I would know at least some countries' flags. I got around 30% correct, which is really just, oh no, why haven't I been taught geography? What is my school teaching me? But in the end, it's fine. The next thing I did, and longest thing I did, pause, was try this game mode that was basically matching flags to certain countries that were also in America. Because apparently, I turned on that setting somewhere in the beginning because I thought it would be easier with it on. Anyway, the next thing I did was a game mode where you basically had to guess which country was where. Kind of like those people who walk up to you on the street, ask for your time for a YouTube short, then have all the comments laugh at you because you didn't know that Russia and Canada are actually right next to each other.
Name one country that starts with H.
Hong Kong? But wait, is that a country?
It's part of China.
Alexa, is Hong Kong a country?
Hong Kong is declared as a special administrative region and is technically considered part of China.
Alexa, shut up.
Anyway, for the final little recap of the in-game stuff, I went to the UGC shop that was in the game to see if I could get any inspiration or things to add to the avatar. There was some stuff like the world map wings, but other than that, I couldn't find myself adding anything to the avatar. Okay, so now that we're done with all of that, actually wait, before I started this, I found another N avatar. I just wanted to show it off because I thought it was cool. There wasn't really a reason to show that, I just thought it was fun to find another N avatar. For this avatar, I wanted a pretty basic thing. I wanted it to be based around, like, GeoGuessr, I guess. I also wanted them to not include any specific one flag from countries, because I don't want people in the comments to be all, "Oh, why did you include XYZ flag? Do you not like the..." So I just added a flag that doesn't represent anything. I added this very small overpriced eyepiece, which was just a little spawn point around the eye. And even though I know how much I despise them and whoever wears them, I added one of those little chat bubbles that sits over your face. I obviously picked the one that was I'm wanted in 7 countries just to sprinkle in some fair lore into the avatar. I decided to add this very large world geography textbook, which is one of those books that sits well open on top of your head, which I thought looked good and gave me an excuse not to add hair to the avatar. I changed up the actual colors of the avatar and tried to get them to match kind of just the colors of the earth. I know I made the colors green and blue when it's very much the other way around, but trust me, it looks better this way. Anyway, here's the final product. So I added this little click to move thing from old Roblox at the end, but I didn't really feel like it fits, so I didn't mention it. Anyway, the code to search it up is 623E0A. Or you can just search up click the flag and it will probably show up, maybe. Sometimes. It's priced at 460 Robux, so it might be above the average payout for buying Robux, but I hope it still gets worn. Where is the audio, you? Okay, so for this next avatar, my game I had to make it off of was Welcome to Bloxburg. Now this might seem a bit confusing at first, but I actually had a pretty difficult time with this avatar. It probably turned out the least baked too, because I had to probably turned out the least baked too, because I had someone I wanted to talk to. The first thing I did was just search up Bloxburg, and I got this. Anyway, I tried it with clothing too, and I just got the basic tutorial guide, a thumbnail of the game's clothing. So I tried it on to see if I would keep it. Also, for this avatar, I wanted more of an NPC look, like a guy who lives in the town. Of course, I had to search for a face, and of course, it also had to be old Roblox. I pretty quickly chose just the colon P face because I couldn't find what I was looking for, but it works. I eventually found one of those Roblox old school visor things that barely anyone wears but still look good, so wear them. It took me a long time to finally pick out the one I wanted. I started off with the basic Roblox one. I eventually found a similar one, but that one was more of a coffee shop minimum wage worker hat. But it didn't really fit for some reason. So I switched off of it to this red one, which I thought looked really good, but still wasn't what I was looking for. And then I finally found it. I got two items in one here. I feel like the little sim icon from Sims 4 really fits well. And the dark green and black visor instead of bright red, which much more accurate. I tried replacing the Bloxburg shirt because I wanted this to look more NPC-like and not just copying the guy, but I couldn't find anything that really felt good on this avatar. I wasn't searching for this, nor did I wear it, but I just wanted to show off this little guy who I thought was adorable. He was called the Calm Bloop, and I really hope someone buys him again. I think also that I accidentally kept this light blue and white shirt on, but it was also free, so who cares? Anyway, the code to buying it is. Wait, why wasn't it just shown in the video? Hello? Hello? Now, I will finally spin the final wheel. Blade ball? Actually, that's not too bad. Final Avatar, and it's a game that used to be so great but fell off of heavily because of the Hungry Money Corporation. For this avatar, I kinda just wanted the basic ninja/warrior type avatar. I'd say this one definitely turned out best compared to others, but you'll just have to see. The first thing I did was obviously get the katana to add to it because that's in the name. Can't you read? I then went to add on one of those anime red glow eye alpha aura eye things and found a pretty interesting one that used Z fighting to make it look like the eye was animated. I then tried to complete my 1 out of 2 Pokedex of this game's name and add a large red ball to finish the blade out of ball. This didn't really go well because all these balls except the Christmas ball just replace your head with a giant ball, so I had to think of a way not to get trapped by balls. I then had a very good idea, which was add another anime item. Wow. I got it from looking at the art of Blade Ball. Don't tell anyone, but you can very easily tell that it's just recycled and overused $5 art commissions. I then tried adding some of those little red particles or sparks you might see sometimes on art and stuff that look kind of cool, I guess. It took me a bit and I couldn't find a good spark particle, but it was fine anyway. The avatar was looking a bit bland, so I think the best thing I actually did here was remove the giant ball and actually make the colors of the avatar black and gray. I continued searching for sparks, but actually came across something else I found interesting. The anime menacing effect. It looked good, so I added it. There's nothing else to that. Anyway, here's an overly long panning shot of me showing off the avatar. The code you can use this to get to the code you can use to get this avatar is 64EB8B, or you can just type in the name Blade Ball and it will likely appear. Anyway, I don't really like doing outros on it. This is the end of the video, so do your dishes.